Hello there and welcome back to my channel, or if this is the first video of mine you are seeing, then welcome. I want to talk about my makeup favorites for the month of April, so let's go ahead and get right into it. I'll go in order of the way I applied them in the B-roll footage. So first going to start out with like my eyes, of course. Now I didn't show this in the B-roll, but I always prime my eyes with the Milani eyeshadow primer. This will always be a true favorite. Not going to spend a lot of time on it, but I just did want to mention that I always prime my eyes with this. Whether or not I mention it, just know that it's always going to be applied. The eyeshadow that has just really become my absolute favorite for this month is the Solo Shadow from Merit. This one is in the shade Studio, and I just absolutely love this shade so much. It's just a shade that I want to wear all the time. It's just the most perfect one and done shadow, perfect for just every day, a quick and easy look that you can just put on and go right out the door if you need to. It doesn't crease, it doesn't fade on me or do anything weird. It looks just as lovely at the end of the day as it does when I first apply it. And just what I love about it is just so how easy it blends out. Like as soon as you apply it, it just pretty much blends itself out. There's no fussing with it. It's just a really easy eyeshadow to use. And I'm going to mention this as well. This is the Merit number 2 brush. This is just like the little eyeshadow brush that they release with these little shadows. It has one little bit of a larger blending end, and then it has this really tiny end here where you can just place the shadow on your under eye. And I really love this brush. I honestly think that, yeah, this makes a really good combo. Now you don't need the brush, of course, but I am glad that I have it. I think it's simple and it makes this applying this shadow even more easier, simply because it just blends the product out really nicely. And then you have that little smaller end where you can just easily run it under your lower lash line, and then you are done. Now for mascara, the Refi Lash Sculpt mascara that comes in only a black shade right now. I am hoping that they will come out with a brown in the future. I really like this mascara, but as you know, it has this very weird wand on it. I've never used a mascara with a wand like this before, and it's definitely a learning curve. I am always hitting my lid with the mascara wand. I am still trying to learn how to get it. I did better on this eye than I did on this one. I did poke myself right in there a little bit, but I mean, you can wipe it away later as long as you let it fully dry. Now I didn't let it fully dry today, so I do have a little bit of a smudge there, but that was my fault, not the mascara. It's a really nice mascara. I like the way it makes my lashes look with one coat. It just kind of gives them more of a natural, just like a little bit more of a fluffier look, and it does not smudge or flake on me at all. But I do think that with this mascara, it kind of also depends on your eye shape with the way that wand is. I just feel like you definitely have to have maybe a similar eye shape to mine to really make it work. I don't know if you have really small eyes. I don't know if it would work or not. It's just kind of like a preference thing too. So you kind of have to look at your preferences to see if this would even be a mascara you'd be interested in trying. But I am glad that I gave it a chance, and I have been using it every single day since I picked it up during the Sephora sale, and I really do like it. Now all I need to do is get better at applying it where I'm not hitting my skin right in there. I have gotten a little bit better. I used to kind of hit myself out here a little bit too, but the more I use it, the more I'm getting the hang of it. But I did want to mention it because I really have truly been loving it. Alright, the next product I actually should have applied first, but I completely forgot to do so, so I'm just randomly including it right here. I have really been loving the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm. The one I have is just in Vanilla Beige. I can see why so many people really love this product. I was super late to the game with trying it, and I hate that I waited so long because it is really nice. I've been applying it a lot throughout the day, and it makes my lips feel so nice and hydrated, and when I use it as a lip prep, I definitely feel like my lip products glide over the top of it much more easily. Like my lips don't feel dry at all. They just feel nice and prepped, so I do really like this. I won't linger on it too much because I know these have been out for a long time, but I do really like it, and I'm glad that I finally tried one during the sale. The next thing I want to mention is this corrector from Cali Ray. This is their Hideaway Brightening and Hydrating Under Eye Serum Concealer Corrector, and mine is in the shade Cool Sunrise. This is a little bit dark for my skin tone, but I find that it really actually works pretty well. But they do have another shade that I would love to try, and I realized I put it over the top of that Merit. That would not wipe away, but I'm hoping you can still see the color of it. I do really enjoy this product. I love the formula of it. It's nice and hydrating. I feel like it blends out really easily. I do want to try the shade Pale Sun. I feel like with that tone, that might actually be a shade that I could apply and not have to put anything over the top of it, because it is more of like a yellowy color, and I do have more of a warm undertone in my skin, so I feel like it would work really well for me. So I do like this shade. I think it works well. Even though it's not meant for my skin tone, it is for a medium skin tone, it still works, and I find that it does, when I apply the right amount of it, it does, and not overblend. I have a problem where I tend to want to overblend products. It's just something that I do. If I do that, then it won't cover my darkness as much as I would like. But once I kind of got a learning curve with it and stopped trying to overblend, it works really well and I do really enjoy it more and more. But I would like to try that shade Pale Sun. But I definitely wanted to mention it because it is really nice corrector. And I love that this is glass. I really do like that. I think that just adds to how much more nicer this product is. The next product I want to talk about is the Slip Tint Concealer from Say Beauty. Mine is in the shade number 1, and there is the shade right there. I have really been loving this concealer. I just think it's nice, it's hydrating. It does not feel dry and cakey on my under eyes. I just like the way it does. It's very lightweight. I feel like enough where it doesn't feel heavy, but it does give pretty decent coverage. Considering that it does feel more lightweight, I haven't had an issue with it. I've been pairing it up with that Cali Ray under eye corrector a lot lately. I did purchase another concealer during the Sephora sale, and I do like that one, but this one to me just is the winner. I really have been loving this one. It's one that I want to wear on an everyday basis. I really do enjoy this one, so definitely a favorite for sure. Okay, for foundation, I have the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint SPF 40. Mine is in the shade ST2.5. I don't know if it's Sombrio, I'm not sure, but this, I love this product. It comes in like, you know, the dropper style packaging, and what I really love about this particular shade, it is a fair olive undertone. And it's very rare, I feel like, for brands to have olive undertones, and even more so in the fair category. Usually when you do find olive undertones, they are more so in the medium range. So finding a brand that actually had a fair olive undertone foundation, I really love that because I do have more of an olive undertone. That type of undertone works really well for me, so when brands actually have one in my shade, it's automatically going to more than likely be a favorite, and this is probably the best match I've ever had with a foundation thus far. Yes, I've had foundations come really, really close, but having that undertone just makes this even more perfect for me, and I love how this is so lightweight. I just apply it with my hands like you are seeing in the demo. That's the easiest way for me, and then I like to take my sponge with some setting spray and then just press over it, and that just kind of locks it in for the rest of the day. I haven't had any issue with it. It does give me a really beautiful glow, which I do like. I'm glad that it's not too drying. I know some products, some serum foundations I have actually tried that feel dry on the skin, believe it or not, but this one is not one of them. It feels so nice and hydrated, and I love that it has that SPF in it. I do wear a standalone SPF, but I just think it's nice to have that little extra in my makeup products. I don't see the harm in it, especially with someone who does have such a fair skin tone. I need all the protection I can get from the sun. The next product that I want to mention is this brow pencil from Refi. This is their, I think it's just called brow pencil. I don't think it has like a special name, but this one is in the shade medium, and I'm hoping I can show you the little point. It has a very small, precise applicator, but this really packs a pigment. Can't speak for the other two shades, of course, but just this shade alone, I do have to be a little careful with this one while I'm applying it because I have dark eyebrows, but they aren't black. Even though they kind of look black and they might pull that way on camera, it's just a really deep dark brown shade. So a lot of times I don't tend to go for like eyebrow pencils that are in a black shade. I usually try to get like dark brown, or in this case this was the medium. This packs a pigment. I really have to be careful with it. It does go on a little bit warm in my brows at first, but once I use the spoolie and blend it out, and then when I put my brow gel over the top of it, which is definitely another favorite. I've had this for years. This is the Refi Brow Sculpt and Clear. I love this combo so much, and it's just perfect. Once I apply that, you don't see that warm tint in my brows, or at least I don't, and I just love the way it makes my brows look. It makes them look really bold, which I do like that. I love a bold brow. I know not everybody does, but my brows are already so dark, so they're gonna be a little bit more bold anyway, but I like a dark bold brow. I just really do. And then I love to have this front part here fluffed up, and I feel like this brow gel is perfect for doing that, for giving me that hold. And these products last all day. I haven't had an issue with them at all with fading or any kind of that, or rubbing away, or the brow gel kind of slowly making my brows fall. No, once this is in, it's nice and held all throughout the day. This next category is for blush, and I did want to mention a couple of blushes that I've tried this month that I really have been loving and enjoying. but I wanted to just really talk about my most favorite one because I feel like that's the most helpful to talk about the one that did stand out above the rest. And that one is this one right here from Refi. This is their cream blush in the shade Rose. This is such a beautiful blush. And there you can see it in a swatch. If you have fair skin, I think this would be the most beautiful shade. It's so lightweight, and you probably could build it up more than what I'm doing here, but I love pairing it with this brush from Refi and using this more fluffier end. This brush would also be considered a favorite for me for this month too. And using this fluffier end, it just really softly applies the blush, which is what you're seeing in the demo. I just love it. I want to try more blushes from Refi. This brand in general has really become a favorite for me for this month. I've tried so many of their products and I have really been falling in love with so many of them. I have also been testing out their water-based powder. I haven't yet mentioned that on camera. I almost did in my last video, and I almost actually mentioned it in this video for a favorite. It is the powder that I'm wearing today, but it's one that I'm still trying to use and get kind of a feel for because it is so different. It is water-based, so I find that, you know, the products you have underneath make a difference. How much you apply of the products underneath also makes a difference. So I'm still kind of getting a feel for that powder before I ever mention it as a favorite, but I do like it so far, but I do want to hold off before I say that that is a favorite simply because I'm just trying to use it in different ways. But for the most part, the products that I've been using from them, I have really, really, truly been loving. And this blush, I want more shades for sure. I've tried a bunch of lip products this month that I really love, but these three that I'm going to mention here have just been the lip combo for me. They are the lip products I've been reaching for constantly since I purchased them from the sale. The first one here is from Freck Beauty. This is their Makeout Club Nude Muse lip liner, and this one is in the shade 1. And it just looks like that right there. These are so long lasting, so beautiful, so nicely pigmented. I want every single shade that Freck offers thus far. And I mean, I have done swatches on my hand before and included this one too with some other lip liners. When I go to wipe them away, this one stays put. The rest of them will wipe away with a tissue. This one stays, and it does. It lasts a very long time. It is one of the most pigmented lip liners I have tried thus far, and I have really just been loving this. I definitely want more shades. I think that this is one of the best lip liners that I've tried. So beautiful, so creamy, so pigmented. Perfect. The next product I want to mention is from Westman Atelier. These are their Lip Suede matte lipsticks, and this one is in the shade PK, which you can see right there. A perfect shade for that lip liner for sure. These lipsticks are so absolutely beautiful. They are creamy, but they give you a matte finish on the lips. They are very long lasting, as long as you like keep them matte. Now, I do have a gloss over the top, so I don't expect as much longevity as I would with this by itself. But if you leave this just matte, it lasts all day. It looks so beautiful. I love this color. I did try another shade of this, and if you watch my video that went up this past Friday, well, you know how that went. But PK is the most beautiful, perfect shade. It is so lovely, and with that lip liner, it is the most perfect combo. I know these are $50 lipsticks, so I almost hate that they are a favorite because they are so expensive, but I'm also glad that I really love it because I did pay quite a lot of money for this lipstick. And honestly, I think that if they are something you were looking to spend the money on and you wanted to spend that kind of money on a lip product, I'd say go for it. They are really lovely. If there's a shade you like, I don't think you'd be disappointed. I really don't. As long as you love matte lipsticks, I don't think you'd be disappointed. I don't regret my purchase at all of this one. It is such a stunning, beautiful, beautiful shade. The next product I want to mention is from Lawless. This is their Forget the Filler Lip Plumping Line Smoothing Gloss. This one is in the shade Glazed, which this is just like a really pretty, just so glowy, shimmery, whatever you want to call it, lip topper for me. I love placing this over the top of any lipstick combo I've done. It just creates such a beautiful shine on the lips. And now for me, these, even though they are called plumping, they don't burn. I have not experienced that. They do have a little bit of a cooling feeling on me anyway, but it doesn't last very long. You feel it initially and then that goes away. But I just think they are so pretty. They do smooth out my lip lines a lot. Now, they don't plump my lips. Nothing, to me, nothing is going to do that unless you actually get lip filler. I don't really care if it does that really, but I do like that it really smooths out my lip lines because I do have them, and it is nice to put this over the top of a matte lipstick if you're wanting the color of that lipstick but not necessarily the matte finish. I think that this shade is absolutely perfect to put over the top. It just glides right on and it just gives you this really beautiful shine. I have been loving these three products together. my new favorite lip combo for the moment, and I just had to talk about it for sure in this video. Okay, here's what I mean. I've wiped off all the lip products on my hand, and look at that. They've all come off, but that Freck Beauty lip liner, and I am rubbing, is not coming. So whatever Freck Beauty is doing with those lip liners, it is working. But there you have all my makeup favorites for the month of April. I do hope that you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, I hope you will please consider leaving a like, a comment, or subscribing if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification so you are notified of all my future uploads, and follow me over on Instagram at jessicadeerly, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!